Recording in progress.
Good evening, everyone. I'm going to call the meeting to order. Pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, public notice of this meeting has been given by the board secretary in the following manner: posting written notice on the official bulletin board at the Voorhees Township Public School Administrative Building on July 6, 2022, sending written notice to the Courier Post on July 6, 2022, filing written notice with the clerk of Voorhees Township on July 6, 2022, posting on the Voorhees Township website on July 6, 2022. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Board Secretary, will you call the roll?
Mr. Bryce?
Here.
Mrs. Cosenza?
Here.
Ms. Ketover?
Here.
Dr. Levy?
Here.
Mr. Rosner?
Here.
Mrs. Rudder? Mrs. Stupler? Mrs. Verdi?
Here.
Mrs. Watson?
Here. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes of the November 16th, 2022 regular meeting, both regular session and executive session?
So moved. Second.
Online voting is open. Motion unanimously passes. I'm closing the voting.
Can I get a motion to approve the minutes of the January 4th, 2023 board reorganization meeting, both regular session and executive session?
So moved.
Second.
Online voting is open. I have 6 yeses and 1 abstention from Mrs. Cosenza. Motion carries.
You. We are about to adjourn and go into an executive session, but before we do that, I did want to make one very brief announcement. We just found out that the school, and I'm sorry I have to read it because again, this is breaking news. The school board partners announced its 5th cohort. 65 elected school board members were selected to participate in a competitive 1-year fellowship for diverse elected school board members to support individual leadership and impact by building their capacity, knowledge, skills, and courage. It's a fantastic program, and both Julie Ketover and Jacob Rosner were selected to be part of the cohort. And so
And Julianne Verdi.
and Julianne Verdi. Oh, and Julianne. I'm so sorry. So we have 3 people. So it's a wonderful opportunity. Fantastic opportunity for all 3 members of the board to bring back knowledge about boards and how they're behaving and acting and doing policies across our entire state. I'm really excited. I think it's larger than just the state. But again, I wasn't necessarily prepared, but I wanted to make sure that we gave congratulations to those 3 individuals. And I cannot wait for them to represent the Voorhees Township Board of Education. Okay. Can I get a motion to adjourn to executive session?
So moved. I'll second.
Online voting is open. Motion unanimously passes.
Whereas the Open Public Meetings Act authorizes Board of Education to meet in executive session under certain circumstances, whereas the Open Public Meetings Act requires the board to adopt a resolution at a public meeting to go into private session. Now therefore be it resolved by the Voorhees Township Board of Education that it is necessary to meet in executive session to discuss certain items involving, 1, matters of personal confidentiality rights, including but not limited to staff and/or student discipline matters, and specifically special education settlement agreements. 2, matters involving anticipated or pending litigation, including matters of attorney-client privilege and specifically special education settlement agreements. Be it further resolved that any discussion held by the board which need not remain confidential will be made public as soon as feasible. The minutes of the executive session will not be disclosed until the need for confidentiality no longer exists. Further resolved that the board will or will not return to open session to conduct, oh, no, that's not right.
Just will.
They will return to open session to conduct business at the conclusion of the executive session. Do we have an estimated?
It shouldn't be
20
very long.
minutes.
Okay, we'll say
Or you'll-
20, 30 minutes. You all know that I try to stay on time. We'll hopefully be back in that duration. You are welcome to stay. You are welcome to exit the meeting, whatever you feel comfortable doing. Thank you so much.